All right, we have arrived at another one, baby. Let's go! Yosemite! Woo! Getting absolutely soaked. For my first hike in Yosemite, I'm going to do the upper Yosemite Falls. It's about 3.5 miles to the top. It's about 7 miles round trip. You have to go from the valley floor all the way to the top, so it's about 3,200 feet of vertical gain. And that's my first hike that I'm knocking out. Here we go. About 1.5 miles into this 3.5 mile hike. And I can't tell if it's actually raining or if it's just spray from the waterfall. But either way, I'm getting wet. Very, very wet. Woo! Getting close to the top, all you see is mist. Lots and lots of mist. I'm hiking in a cloud. All right, we have made it to the top of Yosemite Falls. Took me about 1.5 hours, and the views are pretty sick. Look at this. Just finished up hiking upper Yosemite Falls. I was actually really pleasantly surprised. It was all misty and cloudy the whole way up, but when I got up there, it was clear and the views were amazing. It was about 3.5 miles. It took me about 1.5 hours. I was passing people left and right, a whole lot of people on the trail. But maybe it's just because I'm young and fit, or maybe it's because I had 4 Cliff Bars for lunch. Who knows? But it was an awesome hike. Headed back down now. About 3,000 foot of gain, which means about 3,000 foot of descent. On my way back down, and it's actually raining this time, not just waterfall spray. Lovely. Between the rain and the waterfall mist, these rocks on the way down, super slippery. Almost busted ass like 3 times, but I haven't yet. Knock on wood. This is so freaking cool, dude. So cool. Look at that. Look at that. Ain't got that in Missouri. All right, that is a wrap on the upper Yosemite Falls. About 6.5 to 7 miles, somewhere in there. 3,000 feet of gain. Honestly, wasn't too bad. Took me just over 3.5 hours, but I spent a lot of time at the top just chilling and soaking it all in. Yosemite so far has been absolutely gorgeous. Gotta go hit some more waterfalls tomorrow, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Another really cool thing about Yosemite is that they have an entire fully stocked grocery store down in the valley. If you wanted to, you could never even leave this place. You could live down there for years. But after that hike, I loaded up on some more Cliff Bars and some beef jerky, hit the bed early, and then got up the next morning ready to hit some more hikes. So the next day I had 2 hikes planned. I was going to do the 4-mile trail to Glacier Point and then Vernal and Vernal Falls. But before I did that, I got up and cranked out a 9-mile run, and it was absolutely incredible. By far one of the most beautiful runs of my whole life. Yosemite is absolutely gorgeous. Thing number 5,000 that's awesome about Yosemite is the free shuttle service. Takes you anywhere in the park. So I hopped on the shuttle, rode over to the 4-mile trail. That way I didn't have to walk an extra 5 miles to get to my hike. Here we go. All right, I'm out on my first hike of the day on 4-mile trail, and not sure what absolute genius named it, because it's like 4.6 miles out, which means round trip it's like 9 and change. So I'm not sure what to make of that, but 4-mile trail, 3,000 and change feet of vert. Gonna go crank it out, baby. Let's go. Probably about 2.5-ish miles up of the 4.6 to the top of 4-mile trail, which is still stupidly named. So far this trail's been super awesome. It's kind of sort of paved the whole way, and every single second I could stop and take a picture. I mean, the whole trail is like this. I mean, got about a mile and change to the top. So far this trail's been freaking spectacular. Views are amazing. A lot less populated than the other trail. I mean, I've been seeing people, but not nearly the amount that I saw yesterday on the falls. Got some clouds starting to move in. Hopefully it clears up by the time I get up there. Otherwise, I'm gonna hike 4.5 miles just to see cloud. But I've seen some awesome stuff already, so can't complain, baby. Can't complain. All right, I have made it to the top of Glacier Point at the end of the 4-mile trail, about 4.6 miles in. Took me right at 2 hours stopping to take a lot of pictures, and look at this gorgeous view that I have. Ooh, look at that cloud. Gonna hang out here for probably 30 minutes, get a Cliff Bar, and hope this cloud goes away so I can get some views. Many minutes later. Alright, I've been up here about 45 minutes, and I think I'm gonna call it quits and head back down, because as you can see, we are still in a mega cloud and can't see anything. Look at this. Wow. Beautiful. Just gives me a reason to come back. I'll probably put a picture up on the screen of what it looks like when it's not cloudy, but today, see a whole lot of nothing. Into the mist, back down the mountain. A lot of European people out here. Two ways I can tell. One, a bunch of different languages. I've heard Spanish, German, and probably a bunch of other ones I don't even recognize. And two, you can tell the women are from Germany because they're not wearing any bras. And it's cold up here. Do the math. All right, that's a wrap on 4-mile trail up to Glacier Point, which ended up being about 9.2 miles and about 3,200 feet of vertical gain. On a clear day, this hike could absolutely change your life. It was majestic for me, and I only got 2/3 of it. The views of the valley on the way up are absolutely incredible. You can see Yosemite Falls, you can see the whole valley, El Capitan. It is amazing. You could easily take 4 hours to hike just the way up because you're stopping all the time to take pictures. But I didn't get to see anything at the top, but that's okay. It just gives me a reason to come back. But 4-mile hike, or 4-mile trail, 9-mile hike in just over 4 hours. And now I'm going to hop on the shuttle and head over to Vernal and Nevada Falls. And hopefully it is clearer by the time I get there. All right, final hike of the day, headed down the Mist Trail to Vernal Falls and then up to Nevada Falls. Should be about 6.4 miles round trip, so nothing too bad. I have heard rumored that you get soaking wet on this hike, and it is like 55 degrees, so it's gonna be a little chilly, but we're gonna have that at last hike of the day. Let's go. Cliff bar number 5 for the day. Still got like 6 miles to hike. Big day for Cliff Bars. Getting close to the falls. Starting to be misty. All the water spray. Look at that. Absolutely soaked. Soaking wet. Back down through the rainstorm we go. Absolutely drenched, soaked, not a dry spot on it. My feet, squish, 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 squish. My jacket, plastered to my body. Alright, just got down off Vernal Falls. Was planning on going all the way up to Nevada, but you know that scene from Forrest Gump when he says the rain's coming from the left, the right, the top, the bottom, that pretty much sums everything up. So I called no joy at the top of Vernal, got to see that awesome waterfall, and that was enough for me. So headed back down to the bottom now, about 13 miles of hiking for the day, somewhere in that area, plus a 10-mile run. So I'm gonna go get myself something to eat. It's like 3:15. I can probably be in bed by 6. But darn good time here at Yosemite. I've had an absolute blast. And as long as I can go get warm, it'll be a spectacular conclusion to some amazing hikes.
And that's a wrap on my trip to Yosemite. Yosemite is absolutely one of the most beautiful places on the planet. I highly recommend you go there if you have the opportunity and knock out some hikes. The hikes that I did were the upper Yosemite Falls, Vernal in Nevada, and then I did that 4-mile trail up to Glacier Point. All of those hikes were absolutely gorgeous. Highly recommend. Yosemite is absolutely amazing and you gotta go there, and I had a blast.
Look at that. Freaking insane, dude. Yosemite, you have been real. I love you. I will be back. Stay awesome.